Welcome to your week ahead for financial markets. Mike Smith, Head of Client Education and Training and Senior Analyst here to lead you around what could move sentiment over the next few days. Some interesting things to have a look at. Let's do that right now. And of course, we're going to start with where the markets are, and they're still strong despite ongoing concerns. We saw new highs on the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 last week, which really bodes well for further gains this week, providing some key data comes in as expected. We are seeing a bounce in the US dollar, which is interesting. We're seeing the gold price and the USD moving together. So it begs the question, what are markets pricing in? Are they pricing in perhaps that the Fed may be a little more hawkish than perhaps markets are hoping, or are they pricing in that the US data this week, there is some final GDP numbers and some PMI, which we're going to talk about in a moment coming in. Is it pricing in that they're going to be better than expected, and perhaps the tariff concerns are might have the impact than was thought? Anyway, we shall see throughout the week. And of course, I've mentioned that PMI data. That PMI data is really quite important. We are getting data out of Asia, out of Europe, and of course the US. And it may give some indication of the post-tariff global economy and whether we are seeing a shift in trade, which is starting to impact on manufacturing. The US manufacturing data will be particularly important, as of course, much of the US data has come in slightly weaker than hoped. Certainly, jobs data has been one of the major catalysts for the Fed to take action. On the topic of the Fed, we have the Fed's favorite inflation measure coming out on Friday. The PCE data comes out about an hour before equity market open. And this may be interesting in terms of dictating one versus two rate cuts in 2025 and possibly the timing of a cut in 2026. This stage, it looks fairly likely that the Fed will cut again by 0.25% in October. But the question is, what happens after that? It's this data point, particularly, that could be important along with jobs data. And on the chart front, really, it's very hard to look further than gold. We see some continued buying into it. And the question is, how high can it go? We saw a retest of record highs. You can see there a level at around about 3,725. That looks very important. That on this daily chart was tested in the middle of last week, and we're back up there today again. So can we push higher from here and follow through on what looks like it could be a trend continuation? Since this big move through this 3481 level that you saw that was a resistance from April through to September. So gold buyers look back in and well worth watching. Of course, don't forget you can keep up to date with what's happening throughout markets on our market updates with this, which is streamed on YouTube live. And of course, we've got our inner circle on Wednesday, which is streamed on GoToWebinar and YouTube at the same time. Be fantastic to see you at any sessions that you can make it along to. And of course, our amazing support team are always here to help with anything that you need in terms of your trading with Go Markets. Trade safe and see you again soon. Bye bye for now.